Okay, this is where the previous recording would have been cut off, I believe. So I'm just going to continue on with the next intermediate deal. And this is a 4 spades. Also, having sort of reviewed the previous video, I'm going to try and click less loudly. I'm just going to use this corner of the touchpad because the clicking was coming through quite loudly. And I'm also going to speak a bit more quietly because the volume was a bit peaky, I felt. So I'm going to use 3 heart tricks. So it's all about bringing suit in for no loser. So always count your opposition points as well. So this is King, Queen of Hearts is 5 count. And the Jack is 6 count. And this is 8 count. So I need to lose only 1 spade. So I was saying with these 10 card fits, the percentages are in favour of finesse against the king. He could have an 11 count. I mean, if I was against an aggressive player that I knew quite well here, I might jump up the ace here because with an 11 count and a doubleton spade, they might make a takeout double. But I feel like in this hand they want you to just finesse. Yeah, with 10 of them. And then that's pretty much the end of the deal. Realistically at the table though, against a lot of players, I might refuse the finesse there. Because you know they have a shortage in your suit and they might make a takeout double with an 11 count. So we'll move on to the next deal. So I'm not really liking these deals, these aren't very good. This is kind of the same situation again. King of spades, ace of spades is 7. It's effectively the same situation, although you have an 11 card fit this time. And the odds would favour the 1-1 split. So I assume they just want you to knock out the singleton king on this occasion. It's quite an unfortunate feature that one can't claim. It would avoid the tedium of having to play out all these unnecessary tricks, but you can just fly through them. I'm sure the advanced deals would be a lot better. I did play them at some point in the past and they're certainly better than these ones anyway. I already played this one. Yes, I remember starting with this one on the beginning of the intermediate boards. And this is the one where you have to win the ace of spades. I went through that in the previous videos as to why you have to do that to guarantee a spade entry after cashing the ace queen of diamonds. And I just play a spade up and I have at least 9 tricks. So I'll get out and try and get into the advanced deals. Advanced. These should be an awful lot better now. So we'll have a look. So 6 spades. So I'm probably going to have to take a lot more time with these because some of these will be genuinely difficult hands. So I suppose the idea behind this anyway is to win this and play the ace of clubs. And play a diamond to the king. And to throw away that heart. Now, I can actually remember this. I can remember the idea behind this deal from when I did it the first time. Whether I got it right the first time or not, I'm not sure, but I do remember it. And what it actually involves is, I can see a lot of people going down at the table on this deal, because the natural play here is to play a diamond to the ace, and then ruff your 3 diamonds, and then just score the rest of the tricks. But if you're in an imps competition. If you're a match point, you play diamond to the ace and you hope to make 13. But at imps, you actually risk going off if you play diamond to the ace and it's roughed and someone comes with trump, you're actually going to go off. So as far as I remember, I said that's what happen if I play diamond to the ace. This guy's going to rough it and he's going to return a trump and I'm going to be a trick short. Yeah. So you'll see the catastrophe of this now. Is I can rough this diamond, rough the hand, rough this diamond, I'll be left with a losing 5 of diamonds. So the way you address this danger is you actually play a diamond and you duck it. And now, no matter what they do, you're always winning. And it was actually a very important thing to note was that your spades here in the dummy are high. So there's never a danger of an overruff because you have all the high trumps. So I think we started with a 9-card fit, so we just need the trumps not to be 4-0 on this line. And we would have been fine. So that's a good deal, I like that. I do remember that, so it's a bit of a... Remember that very well, it's a bit of a cheat. 6 no trump. These are all kind of involving various safety plays because they look like unbeatable contracts, but you have to be looking for, particularly at imps, look for the danger that could stop you going off on an apparently unbeatable contract. So it looks like you've 13 tricks here, as long as the clubs are breaking. And even if the clubs are 4 to the jack over here, offside, you can still make it. If the clubs are actually 4-1 anywhere, you can still make it. You can just play ace of clubs, king of clubs, queen of clubs, give them a club, and you have the rest of the tricks. So effectively, if you're playing this at imps, the only danger is that somebody has 5 clubs. So if this guy on our left has 5 clubs, we'll play the ace of clubs and he'll show out. Or sorry, excuse me, this guy will show out east. So we'll go ace of clubs, club, club, and he'll show out. Then we'll play a club to the 10, king of clubs, queen of clubs, give this guy a club, and we'll make 12. So that's one 5-0 club break. And then the other 5-0 club break, if this guy has 5 clubs, we will actually go off if we play the ace of clubs and a club up, because he will be entitled to 2 club tricks if we do that. Because it'll go ace clubs, show out, small, and then this guy will have jack 9 to 4 left over our queen 10 to 5. So we're going to actually have to play heart up, get up somehow to the dummy, play club, and now once this guy follows low, if we just play a low club and it loses to any club here, we're guaranteed the contract, because now we know that the clubs are no worse than 4-1. So once this guy follows with any club, we're making the contract. And they're probably just going to rub it in and suggest the clubs were 3-2 all along. And we have the contract. I could just... So dummy's high now at this point. All the clubs are winners. Which I just want to go back and show. I'm pretty sure if you play how the natural play of the ace of clubs, you're going to end up going off. You know, when this guy shows out. And this is what I was talking about. We can play the king of clubs and the queen of clubs. And then, but this guy is entitled to 2 club tricks now. And yeah, we just are kind of caught in this inextricable position where we can't make 12 tricks, and the contract would have failed. So that's the idea behind that one. Sorry, next deal. Okay, 6 hearts. Okay, they lead a trump. So we counter tricks, we have 5 heart tricks, we have 2 spades of 7, a diamond 8, and 2 clubs is 10. So we need 2 more tricks. So one source of the extra 2 tricks would be to try and ruff 2 diamonds, so win ace of diamonds diamond, but we know this is going to fail because in the heart. And for example, if I go ace of diamonds and a diamond, they're going to win it and they're going to come another trump. So now the dummy is going to be down to only 1 trump and I'm going to have 2 diamonds left. I'm not going to be able to ruff both of them with only 1 trump left. So effectively our source of our extra 2 tricks is the club suit. So as long as clubs are not 5-0, we can, yeah, as long as clubs aren't 5-0, we can get 2 extra club tricks. So we'll just draw the trumps. Okay, draw 1 more trump. And now, no matter how the clubs are breaking, we're going to lose 1 club trick in this suit. Let's say you're 3-2, we're going to lose a club. Just duck a club to begin with. As there's no point going ace of clubs, king of clubs, ruff a club. Because now if they're 4-1, we can't set up the suit. So we're just going to duck a club. Okay. And we win the spade. We need to preserve this king of spades in case the clubs aren't 3-2. If they're 3-2, we're just going to, make the next 5 club tricks, and it's all good. Okay, they're 4-1, so it's still fine. We can either ruff a club and go up to the spade, or we can play king of clubs, ruff a club. So it doesn't really matter. And this is why we needed to win that spade with the ace. So we have the king of spades here. Get up to the 2 winning clubs. And we have the rest. So I'll just redeal that if I can. Just to show why this won't work. Okay, this is one idea, is to play the ace of diamonds and a diamond. But this is pretty much destined not to work because they've found the trump lead. There's also kind of a great risk with that line of plays because the trumps on the dummy aren't high. So even if they didn't return a trump, there's a possibility that one of them can over-ruff the diamond. As it turns out, they can't, but I'm left with this losing diamond that can't go anywhere. So, I mean, the only conceivable line where I can make this now is if the guy with the 3 clubs had a diamond, there would have been a squeeze. But it's just an unnecessary layout to have to hope for when we had a much better line. The only other kind of pitfall here was once we chose the right line and drew the trumps, it'd be another error to go. This would be another possible erroneous play that somebody could take is ace clubs, king of clubs, because now you actually don't have the entries to set up the clubs. Because you ruff this and you go up to the spade and you do ruff the clubs good, but by the time they're established you can't get up to them. So this is even worse. Now you're left with a bucket load of diamond losers. And finally, there was one other juncture in the hand where one could go wrong, is if you've done everything correctly and you've chosen the line to duck a club, just make sure you hold your focus till the very end and win this spade in the right hand, because you need to preserve this king of spades as an entry. And you can either, I said you can go king of clubs or you can ruff a club and play a club spade up and then play the king of clubs. And then the rest of your clubs are good. To drop a couple of diamonds and you have the rest of the tricks. So I believe this is going to cut off in about 20 seconds. So I'm enjoying these advanced heals, these are much better. So hopefully got something out of that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.